YNW Melly back in court today. His attorney saying the state has not given enough evidence to this point to keep him in jail, but prosecutors say they have proven plenty that shows he needs to remain behind bars.
Melly and YW Bortland were arrested on February 13, 2019 for the deaths of YW Sackhazer and YW Juvie. Melly was granted a mistrial on July 22, 2023, but was sent back to jail and has remained there ever since. Meanwhile, YW Bortland has been out on bond for years, leaving many people confused if both are charged with the same crime. Why is Melly still locked up? The answer goes back to the week of the crime in 2019. When Bortland was interrogated by police and subtly hinted during the interview that he was the innocent one.
And I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit. And you telling me, you telling me about some shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
Shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there's gotta be some evidence there. There's gonna be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here from when you guys open the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's gonna be broken glass over there when the windows got out. There's gonna be casings from the people at your car. Okay, there's gonna be evidence over there. Okay, right now, there's nothing. I kind of think I know what happened because I got information.
Ever since YW Bortland's interrogation, Melly has been the main suspect. With police believing he's responsible for the deaths of Sackhazer and Juvie, Melly has been sitting in jail for the past 5 years, and his mother, Jamie King, has opened about how difficult his life has been behind bars. She shared that she feels completely heartbroken and helpless, saying her son isn't even being treated like a human.
You saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone.
She also began expressing her frustration over the fact that YNW Melly was granted a mistrial in his first trial, basically meaning he beat the case, but he's still stuck in jail with no clear timeline for release. She revealed that Melly is being held in harsh conditions, forced to sit in a dark cell for 23 hours a day, without access to a phone to call family, and not even allowed to read his own mail.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
As YNW Melly's mother realized she had to take action to help her son, she launched a petition urging law officials to reevaluate his situation. After gathering over 50,000 signatures, it was announced that Melly would be transferred from Broward County Jail to the Paul Rain Detention Facility in Florida as he awaits his retrial. But things took a darker turn. A viral comment began circulating that the Paul Rain Detention Facility is primarily used to house inmates struggling with mental illness, sparking concern that Melly may be suffering far more than the public realizes. Fear in his mother's heart became clear during his first trial, when the judge denied Melly's request for bond or house arrest even after the mistrial was declared. She broke down in tears in the middle of the courtroom, prompting Melly to turn around and ask if she was okay.
Sorry.
This emotional courtroom moment quickly went viral across social media, drawing attention from fans and major figures in the rap industry. Rapajig Boy publicly spoke out about the intense stress Jamie King, Melly's mother, has been enduring, emphasizing that the pressure she's facing is only going to get worse as the retrial approaches.
Okay, so
Then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
With the trial still months away, legal experts online have weighed in, saying YNW Melly's attorneys will almost certainly push for bond or house arrest from the new judge, especially since Melly has already spent over 5 years behind bars. There's one major obstacle standing in the way. W. Melly was just hit with new charges alongside YW Borland, which could complicate his chances of release.
Free Melly till he's free. He's coming home, guys. Just patience. So we did have court today, him and Bort, they both had court. And so basically the judge put a new trial date in for September 10th of 2025. Please make it make sense. I don't know. At this point, they need to just dismiss the case. So, and yeah, he still doesn't have phone calls. Still no visitation. He's still in the new facility all alone by himself, no contact. He's not allowed to have contact with any other inmates. They move him around with several guards. It's like something you never...
With the trial being so far away, Lawyer Online would even react sharing that W. Melly's lawyers will definitely be pushing for a bond or house arrest grant from the new judge. YNW Melly has been in jail for over 5 years, and it's likely that it be granted. However, there's only one thing preventing it. W. Melly was just hit with new charges alongside YW Borland.
Filing 6 new charges against Demmons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction. YNW Melly, his real name is Jamel Demmons. He's actually in plain clothes in the courtroom for the first time in months, again, as this judge really starts the long process of seating a new jury.
As these new charges have led to YW Borland finally being placed inside a jail alongside YW Melly. However, now they're in different jails. These new charges are all connected to YW. Band's massive mistake, as WW Juvie's father would go on to expose, how YW Melly and Borland were witness tampering and even what code words they used to make Melly's ex-girlfriend to not testify against YW Melly in the original trial.
Both Melly, Jamel Demmons, YNW Melly, and Cortland Henry, who is known as YNW Borland, are now charged with witness tampering. It sounds like the prosecutors are saying there was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Like to me, they're going through extreme measures to try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom.
And then on top of that, it would be announced not only 4 hours later that YNW Borland was arrested for the witness tampering charges, as while he was being arrested, the feds would end up raiding his household, and they ended up finding insane paperwork against Melly and Borland that will lead to more charges against Borton.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Borland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Demmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortlen allegedly tampered with a witness.
As it would then be announced, and I quote, "Here are the images of alleged notes discovered during the home raid of YW Bortlen's home last week as filed into the Broward clerks alongside these photos here of W. Bortlen drawing on pieces of paper where certain jurors were sitting during the original Melly trial, and even a description of what they looked like you may not believe. That this is a serious thing, but to understand, here's DJ Academics breaking everything down.
To keep it real, this is sloppy. Bortlen, how the you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Like, god damn. Holy sh. You know what I mean? Like, brother, like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
So now, with the new evidence being entered into the case alongside the new charges, they just aligned it very perfectly with new hard evidence against YW Melly for the crime of sack chaser and juvie. There is a new lead prosecutor going against YW Melly. He mentioned that he's just going to make it look very simple to the jury that Melly's guilty, as he would begin his file with a new piece of evidence from a man named Jehud, a close friend of late King Vav, who shared a secret that YW Melly told King Von, then King Von told a bunch of people at Oblick on one night.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Von was mad at me, bro. Why you put that, bro? Go out the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
As Jehud would end up revealing that sack chaser and juvie were allegedly going after Melly for financial gain, this ended up leaving many people believing that when YW Melly asked King Va for advice on how to handle the situation with Sock, Jeezer and Juvie, that King Va gave him some personal advice that he has done many times himself if you know anything about King Von's criminal history. You would likely know how he would have handled the situation himself. Now this ends up leading into the other evidence from YW Melly's cell phone, where there would be text messages of Melly literally admitting to doing the crime.
The PT Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02, the YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
Which, when you add this evidence into the concerning evidence shared by Sergeant Williams, it really starts to paint a picture on what went down, as he would go on to reveal that there is no way this could have been a drive-by after investigating the Jeep they were driving in.
Can you state your name? Your full name for the jury?
I'm Leon Phillips.
Okay. And are you related to one of the kids in this case?
Yes, I am.
How so?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Positive 2/19/15. Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
And is that a yes?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Jamel.
And Jamel, is that the defendant, Jamel Demons?
Yes, ma'am.
With all of the new police files shared in the latest court hearing, we would end up seeing Bowie react again, sharing that the feds will be doing anything possible to get W. Melly and keep him in jail.
Now they're putting even more charges on him, and then
when they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. They waited all the way.
Penalty.
So it'd be 8-4.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They waited all the way to that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah. They could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. Just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, after a mistrial, that doesn't happen, really.